Good morning, everybody. Well, not a good morning. Today's a big disappointment. I was supposed to be probably about halfway to the. Sorry, I'm walking off the deck, so I got to look down for a second. Today was supposed to be. Today was supposed to be a good day. Supposed to be a great day. Heading to the lake, starting the breakdown of the pontoon to get ready to put the greenhouse uh, frame and decking on the decking. Measuring, getting the motor cleaned out and taking a run on the lake and all that. Well, this was always going to be the fly in the ointment. And I knew that this was going to be a sticking point, but I wanted to get it done as quickly as possible so it wouldn't be my stepmother. Um, no easy way to put it. She's a bitch. But she's also has dementia now. And her filters that used to be in place to be tolerable and reasonable, well, now that she's losing her mind, and I mean, I feel bad for her because she's a very headstrong woman and very intelligent, very successful. Made a lot of money in the securities and mortgage business. Um, that's mostly because of her. That's the way they're able to afford the lifestyle they have right now, the lake house, and retired and everything. But she's very selfish and she's needy now. And my dad had to come back to Memphis to watch my niece this week, and she was not happy about that. But more so than anything, she's really not happy about my pontoon being at their property, and she really doesn't want us doing the build there. I mean, she was bitching to my stepbrother all week, and he finally called my dad at 4 o'clock this morning and said, "Hey, you got to come up here and do something about her. She's going crazy." So Dad called me this morning and said, "Hey, we're not doing it today. Today's Saturday." He goes, "We're definitely not doing it today." He goes, "I'm going to try to calm her down, and you can come up tomorrow or maybe this evening, and we'll get as much done as we can, and then we'll bring the boat back to Memphis. We'll strip it down to the deck, and we might put it on the water, and then put it back on the trailer and bring it back to Memphis." So now, and I thought this was going to happen. I really did. And I proposed this to him a few weeks ago that we need to get it to Memphis, and I'll get a storage unit or I'll find a marina that I can rent a slip at to do the build, because it's going to be easier to build it on the water, I think. And I talked about this in yesterday's video. It's going to be easier to build it on the water just for sheer lifting all the materials. We might as well just set them on the boat and build it on the water. And I, that may be a stupid way to build it. It may be the most brilliant way to do it. I don't know yet. But so today was supposed to be the demo day, and I was really excited about it. I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning, just couldn't sleep. Then I saw the message, and I was like, shit. But hey, every setback is an opportunity. Nothing's going to go as you plan it in life and in general, especially on a major a major turning point in your life. Something's going to something's going to mess up, and you just have to adapt to it. So today I'm going to be spending time looking. I found a storage place that will let me work on the boat, but that place I'd have to be in on the trailer, and that's fine. We can do it on the trailer. Matter of fact, it might be easier on the trailer. I don't know. But I'm still going to have to get up there, and we're going to have to trailer the boat back to Memphis. And there's a couple places here that I can look at getting a boat slip. We have McKellar Lake downtown, and we have a few other places that we can put it on the water. I've got a couple places that I can put it dry, and we can work on it. So we're going to get it done, and it's going to be within the next few weeks. But I may be losing my coworker, my helper, my assistant, my dad, because my stepmother does not want her fucking with this at all. She wants his undivided attention, and she thinks she deserves it because over the last 30 years, and I'm going to get it, the first 20 years, Dad made all the money. The last 20 or 30 years of their work existence, she made all the money. So she thinks she deserves undivided attention, especially now that, I mean, her sister died of dementia and her dad died of dementia. Um, and she's afraid. I don't blame her. Um, but she's driving her son crazy. She's driving my dad crazy. Um, she's driving her mother crazy. Um, so I knew this wasn't going to work. I was hoping it would because, you know, my mom died last year and now she's dying. I mean, and my mom died kind of suddenly. She'd been ill, but she kind of died out of nowhere. But Jane's, you can see the slow downfall, and we saw it with her sister who died 2 years ago, almost now. Yeah, so it's not pleasant to see a strong, hard-headed, intelligent woman slide downhill, but she's dragging people with her, and I I just knew this wasn't going to work. I hoped it would because that excuse me, that was the I'm congested. I'm in the backyard, hay fever, but I could see it was going to be difficult doing the build up at the lake, and especially my dad wanted me to stay at the lake for 6 months and use the boat dock, their boat dock, in her mind, her boat dock, because it's her house. In her mind, it's her house, it's her boat dock, and it's her rules. Uh, so it's like, I knew it was going to be difficult at best. It was optimal for ease and for convenience, but as far as emotional baggage and bullshit, I knew it was not going to be easy. So we're bringing the boat back to Memphis, probably broken down to the deck, maybe just as it sits right now, because as of right now, she doesn't want me up there and she doesn't want us working on that boat at her house or her boat dock. So he may convince her that the more we do up there, the quicker we can get the boat out of there. And that's the approach I told him to take. I said, hey, just tell her when you get up there, say, hey, the quicker I get up there and we do the demo of the railings and the top and get it, we don't even have to put it on the water yet, but the quicker we do all that, the quicker we can get the boat off of her property. And actually, the boat's not even parked on her property. It's their neighbor who moved that owns a lot where they park their trailers and stuff. So the freaking boat ain't even on her property. So she can really kiss my ass, but I ain't gonna tell her that. Anyway, so that's a setback. I'm going to buy a few more things today. I'm looking at a motorized gas scooter instead of an e-bike, but I'm probably going to e-bike too. And now that I'm not probably going to be on the lake, I talked about the fishing boat. I'm going to have to start looking at dinghy again. I'm going to reach out to the shanty shallow boat community, and we'll reach out to them and see if anybody's got a little dinghy John boat with a small gas powered motor. I can use a trolling motor. I've got 2 trolling motors that came with the pontoon that I can use to tool around in. And yeah, so setbacks are part of life. God has a plan. Jesus has a path, and it's not that path that I wanted today. So I'll do another update. I'll show you some of the stuff I bought that came in the last couple of days. I know I've talked about the propane generator. The outdoor shower and the porta potty have come in, and I'm going to get some lighting, some solar lighting, and some USB lighting. I don't think I'm going to wire the doing the solar. It should be in on Monday or Tuesday, so I'll have that, and I'm just going to run everything off power strips. I'm not going to do real wiring. I'm going to do extension cords and power strips. I think is the best option, and it'll look ugly. And then that's, like I said, I'm going to move the console, so I got to figure out what to do with that and buying the new cables and stuff. So yeah, it's going to take a while, and it's going to be a little bit longer now that we're going to have to move the boat back to Memphis and find a place to start working on it. But hey, life gives you lemons, chunk them at somebody. Now make lemonade. See you next time.